I know.
Okay.
I don't have no hate or anything, but sometimes I cannot cope with certain things.
Ryan, do you have a group of friends that you're always with?
Yeah, my wife.
Your wife, okay?
That's my best friend.
That's your best friend.
That's
Terrific. What do you do with your wife that you really love to do?
No, we go everywhere. We go on cruises, we go,
Super.
we're leaving for Florida in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Another cruise coming up again. We go to
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Okay. What are the things for men, though? Do you have a group of men friends?
Yeah.
You do. Do you have a group of men friends? No. And you don't?
I don't need it.
But,
I don't need it.
well, it's not an issue of need. What it is an issue of a different focus of a relationship that you might want to consider. Do you have friends at work?
Excuse me?
Do you have friends at work?
People that I'm acquainted with, yeah, but do I socialize with them?
No. Okay. Okay. Well, look, it's sometimes very good to have a group of friends. Women have that. You have a group of friends?
They've moved away and.
They moved away.
A lot have passed on.
It might be important. I don't know. You'll have to analyze this. I never give rules here because rules they just don't work. Everybody's an individual. But what I've seen is, especially with men who have a tendency to have left their friends at work, to reestablish a group of friends, okay? Because it's important for your egos and your ability to relate to people. And as we get older, it's very important to maintain friendships wherever we possibly can. Adventure. Do you have adventures?
Yes.
Yes? Do you have adventures?
Adventures? as
Yeah,
far as
adventures, yes.
All of my trips.
All your trips, good?
When I go to Pennsylvania, it's an adventure.
Good, terrific. Okay,
We
all
have-
right, let's go.
We have 4 children that live around the world, so.
Oh,
Our
nice.
5 grandchildren live around the world.
Wow, where did they
That's an
live?
adventure.
Where did they live?
London. Our 2
Really?
daughters are both in Australia now. Our
Wow.
son is, the last one is in Albuquerque, which is harder to get to than London.
Yes, it is. I know, I've been to Albuquerque and Santa Fe several times.
The oldest daughter that just moved to Australia was in Hong Kong and in India.
Wow,
Switzerland
that's
and
great.
London and.
What does she do?
Her husband's in international banking. Well, they're both in international business, but
Wow.
she's choosing to stay home with the kids.
Wow,
And,
that's
so
wonderful.
it's like, yeah,
Well,
so
it is
we
what
travel.
complicates our retirement.
It does,
It
because,
does, because you don't go to London for 3
I know.
days, you know. You're fortunate, you go to Pennsylvania for 3 days. We
Right.
go to London, it's gotta be 2 or 3 weeks,
2 or
otherwise
3
no way to
weeks.
go.
yes, I
Yeah.
know.
It's
In
my.
Australia, forget it.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That takes what, 22 hours?
30.
24?
We figured 30 hours.
You go to 30 hours.
30
Yeah.
It's 30, I didn't realize it was
Well,
that.
by the time you wait
I
at the
know.
airport and
Well,
wait at,
Go to Australia for 3 months.
Right, well,
Well,
we
we
can now.
did 3 weeks in February, but that interfered with my skiing. So now we have to go at a different time of the year. We went because my daughter got married,
Ah,
but,
And now she's expecting a baby in August, which is ski season in New Zealand, so
well.
working on it.
All right, okay, so let's go to page 6. Let's go to page 6, because I want to get to this self-discovery stuff. What is work? I already told you what it is. It's physical or mental effort or activity directed toward the production or accomplishment of something. That's it. That's what the dictionary says. The accomplishment of something. It's effort or activity directed toward the accomplishment. Would you have thought that that was a definition?
No,
No, you wouldn't have. You would have said, what would you have said?
I really don't know.
Okay. Would anybody have thought that that was a definition of
now
work?
that I retired, I do.
Okay.
Before that, I never thought about it.
You never
because I
thought
was
about it.
working.
Because you're so
But-
involved in work.
Because I was
But
so
remember,
involved.
one of the things I said, work, learn, and love. So work is a very important ingredient here. And that means to accomplish something, to produce something. Stay producing something, and you're proud. You do those 3 things, and you're going to stay healthy. Okay? That's one of the things that's very important. When you, there are 5 functions that work when you are working, you leave behind. Structure and time management. You know, one of the things that happens with retirees when I ask them, so what is it that you're doing now? And they'll say, what did you do today? I ask them, what did you do today? And somebody will say, well, I went to the doctor. Yes? And what happened after that? Well, you know, I went to the doctor. There was a long line, and it took an hour and a half before I got to the doctor, and I got home, and I had lunch, and then I watched television. The average retiree, by the way, watches 46 hours of television a week. A week? Okay, so let me tell you something. You don't stop watching television by all, and if you do, fine. But the bottom line on the whole thing is we have a tendency to replace what we did with television, and it's a dangerous thing.
Or the computer.
Or the computer. Well, sometimes the computer can mean something valuable. It depends upon what you do with the computer. I don't want to nix that all together. Or television, for that matter. It could be important too, but not 46 hours a week.
Or napping all day.
What?
Napping all day.
Napping all day. Well, sometimes napping is good. An hour or two a day is not bad in the middle of the day. That's another thing that's often recommended by
But, you know,
physicians.
Here in New York, or Long Island, as I see it, when you retire, there's really nothing to do unless you have a hobby. You move to Florida or into one of these 55 and older places, they have everybody living there that's in the same boat as you. They have facilities to go to a gym. They have every kind of club that you want. So over here, you don't have any of that.
Yes, you do.
You have it, but you have to work for it.
You have to look for it.
Not only you want to join the Y, it costs you an arm and a leg to join the
The
Y.
highest number of people I shouldn't say this, baby boomers are 77 million strong right now, and they're slowly retiring. And they're all looking for the same thing you're looking for.
That's why they're leaving this area. A lot of them are leaving.
A lot of people are not leaving the area as much as they used to because of the fact that they have grandchildren and they want to be with their grandchildren, so a lot of people stay here. As a matter of fact, I've had several clients who went to Florida and came back to New York because of the grandchildren. So the bottom line is there are a lot of people around. The issue is, what's the name of the website? What's the name of the website? The website. Call me. My telephone number is at the
Senior
bottom.
one?
What was that?
The senior one?
No, it's not a senior one. No, it's a group one.
Senior net?
I'll tell you what, well, there are a lot of different seniors. I have a lot of different websites. If you want, I can send you the
That's the one
websites to
that-
find out groups to belong to and to go online and find them out.
But there are
Or have somebody
55
go online for
communities
you.
here. There
But
are
everything is high.
55 and older.
Okay.
There are a tremendous number of things to do here for seniors.
That's great.
But your statement of there are retirement places here, which is true, you want to move into one of them, it's $300,000. You want to move
Okay,
into
let's
one
not
in
talk
Florida.
about this retirement places right now. Let's move ahead because we're getting a little late. That's a time for another discussion, it really is. Social interaction. So work also produces social interaction, and we have a tendency to lose some of that when we leave work. It's very important to maintain those social relationships. A sense of purpose and meaning is key here, and we'll talk more about the meaning part of that in a little bit. Professional identity and status. Before we were doing something, I was a banker, I was a teacher, Art was a teacher rather, and so we had an identity. You were a nurse. So we all had something to identify with. We leave that behind, and it creates a vacuum for us. And then, of course, income. We leave our income behind. So we really need to keep this in mind in retirement. One of the important things here is time management. Because we lose track of time, we lose track of the day of the week, and it's very important to keep track of our time so that we don't spend a lot of time filling our time. I'm so busy, I don't know how I ever worked. This is something I hear a lot. And it's because people lose track of time. Now, some of the things people are doing are terrific, but a lot of time they're filling their time, and it's not satisfying and meaningful, okay? Very important to maintain that. So work replacement is very important. Let's go on.